Power's locked out, tagged out, confirmed by the machine room team. You've successfully opened the hoistway door, but when you try to open that inner car door from below, it won't budge, even with the door restrictor defeated. This is the moment where understanding elevator door mechanics separates trained responders from those who are just guessing, because even with power off, the door operator can lock you out if you don't know how to work with it. Hello, I'm Mike Dragonetti with Dragon Rescue Management, and today we're going to solve a problem that stops rescue operations dead in their tracks. Use the door operator to coordinate the opening of the car door and the car restrictor simultaneously. This is a game-changing skill that can mean the difference between a quick rescue and an extended operation with trapped passengers waiting. Today we're going to cover the mechanics of how door operators work, why they resist manual opening even when power is off, and the proper technique for manually opening the car door operator to gain access. We're going to cover doing this following DRM suggested elevator rescue safety standards and fire department elevator rescue protocols. The elevator's door operator has one primary job: to keep the inside car door closed during normal operations. This can only be done when electrical power is supplied and the door motor is actively applying torque. I've talked in previous videos about mechanical devices like the door restrictor and how to defeat those mechanisms. This is a safety feature. During normal elevator operation, you don't want car doors accidentally opening between floors. Let me explain what happens when power is secured. Right now, let's say power is off, locked and tagged out, confirmed by the motor room team as part of DRM's elevator rescue safety requirements. The door operator is going to relax. The electrical force holding it closed is gone. But here's what catches many responders off guard. There's another mechanical factor that's going to possibly stop you from opening up that elevator door, especially if you're trying to access it from the floor below. So let's discuss what I call the mechanical door operator locking effect. I want you to take a good look at the door operator assembly. You can see the door operator with its swing arms coming off of it, attached directly to the car doors. You'll also see the door clutch that engages with the pickup rollers on the hoistway door lock. Here's the problem. If you try to push on this door right now from below, you're going to struggle getting it open. Sometimes, not always, these door operator swing arms end up in that perfect geometric position that mechanically locks the door closed. Even though there's no power, even though the motor isn't energized, the physical position of those swing arms creates a mechanical resistance that you're not going to overcome with manual pressure from the floor below. You may not get lucky enough to apply enough pressure from down below to open that inner car door. This is where understanding the system gives you options. There are two ways you can overcome this situation: access from the floor above using the hand-foot method or using a tool from the floor below. An approach that we can use, and this is where tactical flexibility matters, is to send a firefighter to the floor above the stall car. Once we get that hoistway door open from above, we're going to have full access to the top of the car and direct access to the door operator assembly. Now, before anyone accesses the hoistway from above, ensure you have power confirmed, locked and tagged out, the Dragon elevator rescue kit with proper tools ready, the Dragon polling tool, communication established between team members. Once this is in place, we now need to identify which flywheel to manually operate. When you look at the door operator assembly, you'll notice some models have a double wheel configuration. You can see one side has chain or multiple belts connected to it. That's the side connected to the actual drive motor, the motorized component. The wheel you want to operate is the one with the single belt, the single pulley. This is your manual override wheel. This is what allows you to physically move the door operator mechanism by hand when power is secured. I mentioned earlier the hand-foot method for manually moving the flywheel on the door operator. Let's start with the safe hand method. Here's the proper technique for manually operating that door operator wheel, and this is critical for injury prevention. Do not grab the wheel. Why? Because all of the pinch points in that mechanism, belts, pulleys, swing arms, and mechanical linkages, create multiple opportunities for your fingers or hand to get caught and crushed. Instead, use the palm of your gloved hand. Take the palm of your gloved hand and place it against the wheel. You're going to roll the wheel in the direction it naturally wants to move. Just apply steady palm pressure and roll it. You can see how simple this is. The door opens smoothly with controlled, deliberate motion. Notice the technique. The palm is flat against the wheel. The gloved hand stays flat. There's no way for fingers to get pinched if you follow this procedure correctly. This gives you complete control of the door opening while eliminating pinch point hazards. Option 2 is the foot method. If the car is positioned lower and you can't comfortably reach the wheel with your hand, here's an alternative technique you can use. Use your foot. Step on the wheel and roll it with your foot. Apply downward pressure with your boot and push the wheel in the direction it wants to travel. Again, this helps you prevent injury. You're using a body part that's protected by your boot and has much less risk of getting caught in the pinch points compared to using your hands. Both techniques accomplish the same goal, manually overriding the door operator to open the car door in a controlled, safe manner. So when there's no access to the door operator from the floor above, having backup tools ready is important. Sometimes you won't have access from above. Sometimes the car is positioned where either hand or foot operation of the door operator is not possible. This is where the drag and pulling tool can be used in situations where we may need to reach up from beneath the door operator or to reach across from an adjacent rescue elevator. Drag and pulling tool extends from 7 to 13.5 feet and is specifically designed for precise door lock manipulation in tight elevator rescue operations. It is also designed to hook the door operator wheel for manual movement. You only need a few inches of movement to break the mechanical lock effect of the door operator's swing arms. The Dragon tool is hard-coated with Type 3 anodizing, giving it a dielectric strength up to 2,000 volts, which is critical for operations where you're working around potential electrical hazards. Professional elevator rescue operations require flexibility. You need to know how to work the door operator from above, how to pull from adjacent elevators when direct access isn't available, how to defeat door restrictors, when to use which technique based on car's position and building configuration. Remember, the drag and pulling tool serves as a backup when hand and foot methods are not possible. Let's wrap this up. The door operator override technique is one of those skills that seems simple once you understand it, but it can stop an entire operation if you've never been trained on it. Understanding how these systems work and, more importantly, how to work with them instead of against them makes you a more effective rescuer. This isn't about brute force, it's about understanding the mechanics and using the right technique at the right time. Use that door operator to your advantage. Know when to access it from above, know when to use your hand, when to use your foot, when to switch to pulling techniques from the adjacent car or from below. Review this training, practice these techniques during your pre-incident planning visits to high-rise buildings, get familiar with different door operator configurations so you recognize them immediately during actual emergencies. Check the link in the description to learn more about Dragon Rescue Management's comprehensive elevator rescue training programs, the Dragon Pulling Tool, and the Dragon Elevator Rescue Kit, with specialized tools for manual door operations. Work smart, work safe, train often, train safe.